Welcome back to the Media Unrestricted podcast. I am your host, Chase, and here as always with me is my great friend and my co-host,
Dylan.
And we don't have a super loaded show for you on this close to the end of May, but we got a lot of great topics to bring you. And let's wait no further and let's get into talking about that new Thor Love and Thunder trailer that Chris Hemsworth promised that we were going to, that we were going to lose our mind over or something like that. And this trailer was so damn awesome. I love this trailer so much. I am really, really highly looking forward to this movie here in July. But this trailer did not let me down at all. I didn't actually know we were getting it because I didn't hear about what Chris Hemsworth said. But it didn't let me down, and I am so excited for this movie. Come July 8th. We got our first look at GORR the God Butcher, and I don't really know a lot about the character. I did kind of watch a little video to kind of get a little acquainted with him, but I think Christian Bale is going to knock it out. I can easily see that. He looks amazing. I cannot wait to see him in actual action and see him butcher some gods. I think that's really going to be a cool I think he's going to be a cool villain, that's for sure. I still love that they had the little Sweet Child of Mine playing like in the background, kind of like a little bit more of an instrumental thing to it. That was cool. Lady Thor still just looks amazing. Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, she's been, I think, done a great job with the character. And she just looks ripped right out of the comic book pages, and I love that. And I am super looking forward to Lady Thor's presence in the MCU now. I still wonder how much of the Guardians we're going to get in this movie. I don't really feel like it's going to be a lot, but we'll see. In this trailer, you do get to see Drax and Nebula kicking ass. So we'll see how much of the Guardians are really present in this film. I think there's going to be a few horror elements with GORR, because there's one part where you see blood coming out of his mouth, which could also be like a symbiote, something, because GORR the God Butcher does. There's somewhere in there's like the Venom symbiotes, something in that. I knew I heard about that before. So we'll see if it actually does bring a few horror elements to it. Because with Doctor Strange, I'm not going to say no, because I really would love to see more horror in the MCU. We get a good look at Russell Crowe as Zeus in this trailer. I know in the last one we got kind of a behind the thing. Now we got an actual good look at him, and he looks awesome as well. I really think he's going to be the one that's going to be butchered. Could be wrong. Highly looking forward to seeing Russell Crowe knock Zeus out of the park, because I think that's what he'll do. But my favorite part of this trailer is the final moments where it's Russell Crowe has got, I guess, Thor, like kind of like it looked like he's like handcuffed or something like that, whatever it was, and like he does something and his clothes go off. That was really funny. And you see Chris Hemsworth Thor's ass. It's like blurred out. So I'm really wondering if maybe that secretly like he'll just be wearing actual underwear, or if they will just show his ass, or maybe if they'll just keep it like that. I think that moment's gonna be funny. I do hope they keep it in the film, because you have seen movies like that where they have something like that that's really funny, and I think it'd be really cool to see, and they don't put it in the movie. So let's hope they actually bring that to us, because I think that'll be a great laugh in the theater. But I definitely love this trailer, and I'm definitely, like I said, my excitement level for Thor Love and Thunder went up more, because I was excited for it to begin, because Thor is one of my not highly like top 3 favorite characters, but he has definitely grown for me, probably easily top 5, I think, in the MCU, like the Marvel MCU. I definitely cannot wait for July 8th to come and this movie to be shown to everyone. And also, they did release a new poster with the trailer, and this poster is so cool. You got GORR like in the background, kind of like looming over them. I like that. You got Valkyrie on like her horse, and Korg and Jane and Thor, like the goat kind of ride thing, that whatever you see like in the trailer is there as well. I just love it. I love the colors, and I love everything. I definitely think this poster is going to have to be something added to the wall, because this poster is really cool. I hope Dylan you can pull it up right here because all this is coming from Screen Rant. But again, like I said, this film drops July 8th, and I think it is going to be a awesome film. I know they were talking about the runtime. I didn't bring it up here, but they were saying it could be like an hour, 115 minutes, so about hour and 55 minutes. But Chris Hemsworth has debunked that, so we'll see when they officially announce that runtime. I feel like it'd be about 2 hours, maybe. I feel like it should be a good maybe time for it. But we'll see what all transpires on July 8th. But Dylan, what are your thoughts on this poster and the new trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, I thought the trailer was awesome. I agree with what you said. Everything was cool. Seeing GORR for the first time was cool. I really like what they did with him in this one compared to how he looks in the comic book. Because if they were to make him look comic accurate, he would look like, a lot like Voldemort. And Voldemort already looks bad himself. So I'm glad they decided to just make it basically a white, like a pale, like a really white, like chalk skinned bald Christian Bale, basically. And he seems like he's going to be really terrifying, possibly one of the most terrifying villains in the MCU. And seeing everything going on in this trailer, it looks so good. Like, obviously, we got more shots of Jane as Thor. We got more shots of Valkyrie. We got, like you said, we got more shots of Zeus as well. And oh man, like this movie, like you said, I agree with you. I think it's going to have some horror elements, and I think I think GORR will be possibly one of the scariest villains we've had in the MCU, other than Thanos and Scarlet Witch. And I can't wait to see what they do with that, because I have a feeling this movie is going to do very, very good. Not only going to do very good at the box office, but it's gonna be a very, very good movie. And from what I've seen in some other photos and stuff, they're gonna introduce some cosmic entities possibly. So let's see what they do with the rest of that.
And moving on to another trailer, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. I did like this trailer. I still do need to watch Fallout to be fully caught out. I did hear great things about Fallout, so we'll see. I hope to watch that definitely before this comes out. But I am definitely down to see a new Mission Impossible movie, because over like the pandemic is when I tried these films, and I really have dug this franchise so far. It was nothing I ever really tried, but once I gave them a shot, they have been delivering some awesome scenes and movie history, and I've really enjoyed this franchise. So I'm definitely fully down for another Mission Impossible, and we'll see what Tom Cruise and company do with this one. It's set to drop on July 14th of next year, so hopefully it doesn't get postponed, because I think it has been postponed a couple times before. But we'll see, and hopefully, like I said, I can get caught up on Fallout, and I'll be ready to see this. Dylan, do you have any thoughts on the new Mission Impossible? And have you ever seen any of those? And if not, are you interested to see those, to maybe see this movie? What are your thoughts, bro?
I don't really have an opinion on this. I haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. I just haven't had an interest. I'm not a huge fan of Tom Cruise, as you know, and I just don't have any interest in this. Maybe I'll catch up on all of them one day and try to catch it in theaters. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but as of right now, I'm just not interested because I'm not a Tom Cruise fan, really.
And let's break down those box office numbers from last weekend. No surprise, Doctor Strange coming in at number one again with $32 million, 3 weeks straight at number one. Downton Abbey came in number two with $16 million. A lot of people do like that franchise. I know what the show is very popular. I have no interest in it, but glad to see that people went out to the theaters and saw it. Then Bad Guys came in at number three, which is a movie I really do want to check out. It came in with $6 million. And Sonic 2 comes in at number 4 with $4 million, which Sonic 2 is also just hit Paramount Plus today. So if you do have a Paramount Plus account, make sure you get over there if you can't get out to the theaters and check it out. I do believe Sonic 2 is definitely worth your time, so you don't want to miss that. And rounding out the top five is the new horror-ish movie called Men, came in with $3 million. I'm kind of interested to see that one. I don't know if it's any good. I've heard not really good thoughts from it, but I am definitely actually kind of interested to check that out. But Top Gun Maverick releases this week. That's the big release, and they are having a Tuesday night early fan event for IMAX, and our local theater, which has the IMAX, is completely sold out. So they're gonna have a big crowd tonight for Top Gun, and I understand why, because Top Gun reviews, I know we haven't talked about it, but they have been nothing but fantastic. Um, right now, it's on Rotten Tomatoes at a 97% for the critics. Looking forward to seeing this audience score and see where it goes. And at last check, it was at an 8.6 on IMDb. And on Metacritic, it is sitting at an 80%. So my excitement from hearing all this stuff, I am definitely way more excited to see this movie. I love the first one. I know Dylan, he has a hatred to this movie. I feel like a lot of times we like seeing like the clip, like 5 minutes, 8 minute clip. Whenever we saw Doctor Strange, I saw Dylan kind of hating on it, but I think this movie is going to be awesome. I just know I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but I said I love the Mission Impossible movies and I love Top Gun, and I think this movie is going to be great. So I'm hoping to get a chance to maybe see it this weekend. We'll see. If so, I will definitely give you either theater thoughts for you on that one. But yeah, those were your numbers. Again, Doctor Strange coming at number 1, Downton Abbey number 2, Bad Guys number 3, Sonic 2 number 4, and Men at number 5. So let's move on to some TV show news. And not much coming from this, but the She-Hulk finally released their trailer and kind of gave us a new name to it as well, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Now, I like this trailer a lot. I mean, there's one problem I had with it, but just one problem, and it's everyone's problem, is the CGI, because it is absolutely shit. It's bad, it's terrible, and that was my first impressions when I saw it, and I'm like thinking, is everyone else going to have the same thoughts? And yeah, everyone has the exact same thoughts. So I'm glad everyone's thinking on the same play here. But I love this trailer a lot. I think this show could be really cool. I love seeing more of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, because everyone, I kind of was thinking that he wouldn't be in it a lot, maybe like an episode or two, and he still might just be in it only like an episode or two. But you just kind of get this presence from this trailer that he might be like a big kind of helping character and everything. So we'll see more of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. I'm down for it, because the Hulk is definitely in my top 3 MCU characters. I like Tim Roth's Abomination, seeing him actually as Tim Roth, and then Abomination as well. So I do hope we get more of the Abomination character than we did in Shang-Chi. So he wasn't in it that much, and that was kind of disappointing. But let's get some more Abomination, because he was a cool villain in The Incredible Hulk. I'm looking forward to the show, like I said. I think it could be something really good, and I do hope it does deliver a great show. But like I said, the CGI is just bad, and I hope maybe it's just for a trailer. Maybe it'll become different. But I'm just a little bit concerned with, like I said, the CGI. But we'll see. I can't remember when this show drops. I'm just definitely looking forward to seeing it. And hopefully she maybe becomes kind of like a big character in the MCU, because I think people would maybe enjoy her character, maybe taking over for more of Mark Ruffalo. And this show, I just looked it up, comes to us August 17th. So stay tuned for more on She-Hulk, I'm sure, and me and Dylan will definitely give you reviews on it. But Dylan, what did you think of this trailer? I would love to hear your thoughts, and I hope to God that you have the same thoughts about this CGI. But what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, obviously the CGI doesn't look great, but it didn't take anything away from the trailer, really, in my opinion. It still looks like it's going to be a great show, and I'm amazed that Marvel was able to get a Mark Ruffalo Hulk sort of thing going on Disney Plus, especially because of like the whole Universal Marvel thing. That they worked out a deal that he could only be in shows with other heroes. So I'm glad they were able to get this show going, and I'm happy to see Tim Roth Abomination back as well, because he was one of my favorite villains in the early MCU, and I'm glad they got the same actor for it as well. And like you said, I can't wait to see Bruce Banner as the Hulk again, because it looks like there are spots in this trailer that we see where they're hulking out together and like doing like long jumps and stuff, and it'll just be interesting. Plus, it'll be cool to see her in her Hulk form. And I'm not gonna lie to you. She looks damn good as She-Hulk. I'm just gonna say that she looks damn fine.
And moving on, before we get to this one final topic I have, stay tuned because Obi-Wan Kenobi does start next weekend. I believe it's next week, so stay tuned for that. It is going to be a 2-episode premiere, so we will definitely have our thoughts for you that weekend. Probably just like an episode just talking about the show. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it is going to deliver a spectacular show for Star Wars fans. Now, moving on to, I guess this is really not a topic because we're out of our topics for right now. But it's a review. I got a chance to see Moonfall, and the reviews are spot on. I did not like this movie at all. The CGI they used it so much, you can easily see it. It's terrible. It's awful. Roland Emmerich, I mean, you did make Godzilla 1998, which is still a childhood favorite of mine, so I can't hate you on that. You made Independence Day. I love those movies. I know the second one gets a lot of shit on, and I haven't seen it since like I saw it in theaters, but I had a good time with it. But the first Independence Day is a great movie. But God, this movie just sucks. The story is lame. It's boring. There's no characters like you can feel for or care about or anything. The script, the writing is so poor. Some of these lines they say, I mean, you felt like a kindergartner wrote this crap. I think some of like what this movie does, I believe, is kind of incorrect. I really think that some of this wouldn't even happen. The alien shit, I guess if that's what you're calling it, is stupid. I hated that they also set up a sequel at the end. For the love of God, just don't make a sequel. We don't need it. I just don't recommend this movie. Watch Greenland instead. That's a much, much, much better film. Dylan Weave will tell you how much Greenland is such a better film. It makes you feel like it's real. You understand if this did happen, what was going to be going down with everybody and how everyone's going to be feeling and how people will turn on you and everything. I said, see Greenland. Don't watch Moonfall. I give it about a 3 out of 10. Just don't watch this movie. There's better movies for you to watch. But Dylan, have you got a chance to see Moonfall? I can't remember if you ever did. And what are your actually thoughts on hearing my review?
After listening to your recording of this, I actually did go and watch Moonfall because whenever I was listening to this, I heard that you had a review of it, and I don't agree really. I don't think it's that terrible. I agree that the alien sort of stuff is a little hokey and all that, but I don't think it's really that bad. Like, it's not one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, personally, I'd give it like a 6 maybe out of 10. Like, sure, it's not perfect and it's not good, but it's not like complete terrible dog shit either, you know? Like, the story is all over the place, and it does feel like they give Donald Sutherland like very little to do in this movie. I think he's in a wheelchair, he shows up in a scene, and then that's it. Because he's a really good actor, and they didn't use him at all. But seeing like Earth destruction and all that stuff was really cool in this movie. I also think the dialogue kind of sucks in the movie. The script is pretty bad. But yeah, I don't think it's that terrible. The dialogue kind of sucks, but I think the action scenes and like all of that stuff really makes up for a lot of it, because I really like seeing like apocalyptic destruction and stuff like that in movies. It's really, really cool to me.
And that's our show. Not a lot of kind of trailer, I guess, more discussions, but a lot of good topics today. And I hope you did enjoy our show. Please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down on what you guys thought of this Thor trailer and seeing GORR. What are you thinking about this trailer, and what do you think Christian Bale is going to bring to the role? But until next time, I'm your host, Chase, and always is with me is my co host.
Dylan.
We will talk to you all next time.